Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo
Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
Om
Namo
Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurummilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare.
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Grantara Srimad Bhagavad Gita Ki Jai. So we can read the meaning of this Nandananashtakam before we start discussing Bhagavad Gita. You want to start reading, Mata?
I offer pranam to Nandanandana, whose face is extremely delightful, in whose beautiful ears hang jeweled earrings, and whose entire body is anointed with fragrant chandan.
I offer pranam to Nandanandan, whose eyes are more beautiful than the fully blossomed lotus, whose head is beautifully adorned with an arrangement of peacock feathers, and who enchants millions of cupids.
I offer pranam to Nandanandana, for whose beautiful nose hangs an elephant pearl, whose teeth are immensely effulgent, whose bodily complexion is more beautiful and lustrous than a fresh rain cloud.
I offer pranam to Nandanandan, whose lotus hand holds the flute, whose lingering gait defeats even that of an impatient elephant, and whose dark limbs are beautiful by a yellow shawl.
I offer pranama to Nandanandana, whose threefold bending posture is exquisitely elegant, the effulgence of whose toenails put to shame even the moon, and who wears invaluable jewels and ornaments.
I
Okay.
offer
Yeah. I thought online. So Shamala, can you read?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
I offer pranama to Nandanandana, whose body exudes an especially beautiful fragrance and whose broad chest is adorned with the Kaustubha jewel and the mark of Srivatsa.
Okay. Pooja, can you read?
Yes, Prabhuji. I offer pranama to Nandanandana, the expert lover of Vrindavana, who performs immaculate pastimes and who is attired in clothes which are suitable for those pastimes and who pulverized the pride of Indra.
Okay. Aparna?
I offer pranama to Nanda-nandana, who, as the lover of the Vraja gopis, perpetually delights them and who enchants the minds of all living entities.
Mahi?
Whoever regularly recites this Sri Nanda-nandana-ashtakam will easily cross the seemingly insurmountable ocean of material existence and attain eternal residence at the lotus feet of Krishna.
Wow, wonderful. Coincidentally, the last paragraph here, the Falashruti of Nanda-nandana-ashtakam, the ninth shloka here, it says, whoever regularly recites this Nanda-nandana-ashtakam will easily cross the seemingly unsurmountable ocean of material existence and attain eternal residence at the lotus feet of Krishna. So, in one of the shlokas that we are going to discuss today, in chapter 4, this transcendental knowledge is compared to a boat, the knowledge of boat, okay, or the boat of knowledge. We are all drowning in the material ocean without any boat. I mean, we get bloat, but we don't have a boat. So in that situation, the only boat is the transcendental knowledge. And here, this shloka is also saying the same thing. Sri Nanda-nandana-ashtakam patet yat shraddhayanvita tared bhavadbhim dustaram labet tadhangri yugmakam. Taking shelter of lotus feet of Krishna is the only boat that can cross us from the material ocean.
Prabhuji, in Bhagavatam class also we are discussing about boat and ocean, right, Prabhuji?
Yes, the last 2 weeks it's full of ocean and boats. So, yeah, when I was driving from Samamish to here, it was downpouring heavily. There's no rain here. Maybe it rained in the morning, right? Yeah, but now it was raining heavily, and it felt like I was sailing in the ocean without any boat. And as soon as I reached Bothal, no rain. And I felt like Krishna sent me a boat.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about so many boats today. Okay. I'm trying to conclude chapter 4 today.
I know, I was thinking the same thing. Today we'll finish chapter 4.
We'll see how it goes. So,
we're almost there.
initially I didn't want to recite the shlokas today, but maybe we are most likely going to finish the chapter today.
We are almost at
So we can recite the shlokas also. By the way, before we begin, yesterday in the Bellevue class, a 23-year-old boy came. He's working in Austin. He finished his graduation, undergrad, and then he's working in Austin. And he's visiting here for a couple of weeks. So his father brought him. So both father and son, they sat in the class. And then the father said, the son has some questions. So he will ask at the end of the class. Then after the class is over, they both came to me and he asked a question. Interestingly, the boy asked a nice question that he just had a breakup. Okay. And then he straightforward, he asked, is there any solution in Bhagavad Gita? So first I congratulated him.
Yeah.
I congratulated him for asking that question and showing the interest in learning Bhagavad Gita and trying to find solution in Bhagavad Gita even for love failure breakup at this age, at this young age of 23 years. Hare Krishna. So then he asked me, so what should I learn from this? I was in great love with this girl, and after 2 months, She said she found someone who is better than me.
Just in 2 months.
2 months.
2 months, he has great knowledge.
How many? Sorry, how many?
2 months.
2 months. 2 महीने का प्यार है.
आजकल पिताजी लेके भी जाते हैं हमारे साथ में तो पिटाई पड़ती है. What was his problem? I missed.
Oh, you missed the most wonderful conversation.
Yeah, I was like,
We should invite all the young kids here to listen to this.
Yeah.
Bhai Mataji. Or time. Or time.
वो लोग ऊपर ही ठीक है. This question will never pop in their head. We hope and pray.
So we shall see it.
So in the Bhagavad Gita class yesterday in Bellevue, a father and his son, 23-year-old son came. The son asked me a question that he just had a love failure, breakup. He loved one girl, and after 2 months she said, I found another better person, and then she's gone. As you know, right, men love very deeply, and then women, they just very easily break up, right? You know that, right?
I'm like arranged marriage.
ये तो बहुत ही controversial question है.
You can say now, we are majority now, okay?
It doesn't matter. One moment can surpass everything.
So he asked me, is there a solution in Bhagavad Gita? What should I learn from this? How do I come out of this? Then I gave him some words of wisdom from Bhagavad Gita. Nice, interesting.
No, give
Then
us those words of wisdom too.
आपके जानना है माता.
नहीं आगे का कोई और उसके आगे पूछेगा.
I congratulated the father also, that the father, he's showing the right direction to the son.
He brought him.
Yeah.
He brought him, and because first of all, he is convinced that Bhagavad Gita has answers to all questions in life. And then he encouraged the son to come and ask questions like that. So I congratulated both of them, and I told the son, Srivatsa, his name, by the way, Srivatsa. So beautiful name. In one of the shlokas today, there is Srivatsa. The word Srivatsa is there, Kaustuba. So I told him that this is an opportunity Krishna has created for you to connect to Krishna, to read Bhagavad Gita and connect to Krishna. In life, only when there is a problem, we will turn to God. When there are no problems, if everything is going fine, probably we'll never turn to God. And then I gave him a nice example that once there was a rich person. Every day he used to go to his balcony upstairs and then throw some dollar bills. And then both sare garib log, all the poor people, they used to come and they just collect the notes and then they go away. So this was a regular routine, daily routine. For a few months, this rich person continued doing that. Every day they come and they know the time. Subah 10 baje matlab paise girenge. So they'll come and collect the notes and then they'll just leave. But after a few months, this rich person was feeling, every day I'm donating so much money and they are never looking at me, they were never thanking me, they're not saying any word. So he felt a little disappointment. Then he asked one of his advisors. So this is what I'm feeling. I'm in a charitable mood, but when people are not paying any gratitude, that disappoints me. So then that advisor gave him a suggestion that tomorrow you throw stones. Instead of dollar bills, you throw stones. And he was very hesitant to do that. How can I throw stones? It will hurt them, right? That's okay. Throw small stones. Then with great hesitation, he agreed to that. And then next day morning, 10 o'clock, he kept a bag of stones and then he started throwing stones. And then that is the first time, and then people came, right? All the poor people came to collect the dollar bills. And as soon as he started throwing the stones, that is the first time they lifted their head up and saw, who is throwing stones? And then he understood everything. The rich person, he understood the whole message that the advisor wanted to convey. So then I told this boy, Srivatsa, that only when there are problems in life we'll turn to God. So problems are an invitation to connect to God. So take this as an opportunity, and there is a seed of bhakti that has been planted in your heart. Your dad has planted the seed of bhakti in your heart. So nurture that, water that, and keep growing that bhakti lata bij. And I told him, most likely you will get over this situation in few months. Whether you read Bhagavad Gita or not read Bhagavad Gita, most likely you will get over this very soon. And the tendency of the mind is that most likely you will make another attempt. Okay? You will make another attempt. I hope if you make another attempt, I hope you will succeed. But if you don't, and then, not only this problem, you will go through some other problems in life, because life is all full of problems and happiness. It's a mixed baggage. So you write down this conversation of ours today. Even if you deviate from this path, after 5 years or 10 years, when you turn to the pages of your diary and look at this conversation, you will definitely appreciate it. So one day this will definitely awaken you. I want you to continue this journey right now only, but if at all there is some deviation, I'm pretty sure you'll come back, because your dad has given you this gift. Definitely Krishna will help you come back to this path. And then he only asked, so how can I continue attending these classes? I said, you can attend online, this class online from Austin, but I strongly recommend you to go and join local. The two UT Austin has some classes like this. University of Texas in Austin has classes like that. Yeah. So I asked him to join a like-minded association there, so that you will see other boys also making mistakes like this, and then they are also suffering. How their failures, how they are coping up with their love failures. So you'll see all similar kinds of experiences, and not only that, there will be some wise people who take shelter of Bhagavad Gita, and then how they learn and not make mistakes. So he was convinced.
You could have also said, Prabhuji, that you can find your like-minded companion there.
No, we don't want to advertise. That will happen anyway, but we don't want to advertise that.
I thought Prabhuji was like, you are not the body, you are the soul, so this is bodily attraction, it's not, you are eternal, and I thought you will give that jnana.
No, that is too high for him.
That will
be too high for him.
Practical solution.
That will be too high for him. So at that moment, we just have to make him feel that Bhagavad Gita is important, and Bhagavad Gita has solutions for every problem in life. And what his father has gifted him, he showed a path. He is the Vartma Pradarshaka Guru. He is a Guru. The father is a Guru for that son now.
Because the first situation is like very common, right? For a 23-year-old, that's very normal and very common.
Yeah.
What happened after that, that is not common, which is father decision.
Yeah, I told him, this is very rare. I haven't seen in the last 10 years, I haven't seen any teenage boy like this coming and asking for solution in Bhagavad Gita for a love failure.
But Prabhuji, your solution, how does it connect to the Bhagavad Gita? You told the story. You told when there is a misery, then we turn to the Lord.
Yeah.
But where it is written in Bhagavad Gita, what you said?
It's not there in Bhagavad Gita, but I told.
Sorry to interrupt. Where Krishna says that 4 types of people come to me.
Yeah.
And that includes depressed.
Yeah.
Distressed.
Yeah. Yeah, that can be quoted. But I quoted Kunti prayer saying that Kunti Devi is asking for problems. She is inviting problems. Generally, when there is a problem, we want a solution. We pray to God for solution. Whereas Kunti Devi, she is asking for problems so that she can see God when there is a problem. And then he was convinced that okay, so problem is an opportunity to connect to God. So he's convinced that much. So Hope you will continue this journey. Okay. So I thought this will be helpful to some of you. That's why. That's why I spoke this.
Prabhuji, I've heard also this, that when we open the Bhagavad Gita page, the book is in front of us, and we just open it. The page that comes to us is the solution to our problem. Is it right?
That's correct.
So, Prabhuji, I have opened, but there was a picture. I didn't understand. How it can be I will personally come to you and show the picture.
So you
That's
have
old age.
You found some picture?
Yes, I found the picture of like meditation.
Okay.
And there is one more picture which is of like this only. So if the picture opens, then like
below the picture there will be a verse. A small fine print will be there.
Okay. Yeah, I'll focus on that then.
Yeah, below the picture there will be a verse.
And one thing also happened. Then I opened again. I thought, maybe there is no picture. I opened again. Then again the same picture comes. I thought, yeah. So I will ask if I don't get it. Yes.
Okay. So if you explain your problem and what picture you saw, so later next week when you come in person, you can show that to me.
Yeah.
Explain. Yeah.
So the meditation one, it is the perfection of yoga is to meditate on Supreme Personality of Godhead within one's heart, and make him the ultimate goal of life.
Yeah.
Solution to every problem.
That's from 5th chapter or 6th chapter?
Page 268.
Shloka number is not given there?
No, shloka number, but it is chapter 6. And
6.
Shloka number is 13-14.
Yeah.
6,
Okay.
13.
Okay. So
I think we should think like if we find the solution in the shloka, that's good. If we don't find the solution, then the problem is not real.
The
problem is not, because sometimes our problems are actually not real problems.
No. See, I'll tell you something. And it happened for real. In Mayapur, once some Maharaj was giving a lecture. After the lecture, one person asked a question. Something similar to that we are discussing, right? The famous saying, Bhagavad Gita has solution to every problem, in life. Or chant and be happy. If you chant, all problems will go away. So this person asked that Maharaj a question that, by the way, the Maharaj gave a class on Glories of Holy Name. Okay. This boy asked, Maharaj, you have been saying that if you chant, all problems will go away. But I have pain in my legs and I have been chanting, but the pain is not going away. So how do I understand this? Huh? So what will you say?
Problem is real.
Huh?
Problem is real.
Problem is real. Pain in the leg is real. And according to the statement, chanting will get rid of all the problems.
It will get rid from our mind, Prabhuji.
From our mind. Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, it should take out from mind.
I will be reading Bhagavad Gita. What I understand, if anything happens to our body, we should not be worrying about much, because this is anyways going to degenerate one day.
Yeah.
So that's like the path only. Every day we are dying little, right? So,
yeah. Anything else?
Prabhu, the difficulty is to embrace situations like this, right? So being spiritual or reading Bhagavad Gita will give you that strength to embrace that problem.
Yeah.
And then you have to face it anyhow.
Yeah, tolerate. I will go for
Tolerate. But according to the statement, the chanting will get rid of all the problems.
Yeah, but he has to do more repeated and concentrated. He will not get it. Just doing 1 month, I want result, he won't get it.
So
he has been doing for last 2 years.
Oh, 2 years.
I think pain will be there, but suffering will not be there. I think that is the whole idea of chanting.
Pain will be there, but suffering will not be there. Okay. So this Maharaj replied very beautifully, saying that If you have high blood pressure, you go to a doctor and the doctor will give you medicine for diabetes.
High blood.
Okay, the person has high blood pressure, BP. He went to a doctor and the doctor gave medicine for diabetes. Will that cure the high BP? No. And if there is a diabetes and giving medicine for high BP will not cure diabetes. So chanting, and this person has pain in leg, arthritis, let's say. So chanting is not the medicine for arthritis. It's not the medicine for pain in the leg. Chanting is the medicine for removing dukkha. It's the medicine for removing dukkha from your life. The misery of this bhavasagara, misery of material ocean, that it can remove. Chanting can remove that. But don't expect that chanting will remove your pain in the leg. So just like how a doctor giving one medicine cannot cure the other problem. There has to be appropriate medicine for the appropriate problem. Right medicine for the appropriate problem. Hare Krishna.
So chanting will help him find a nice doctor.
Will help find a nice doctor.
Doctor who can cure his disease.
Yeah.
Because finding a doctor is also.
He will transcend from the pain. He will transcend from the pain. Okay. So generally, basically, the Maharaj's message was, do not abuse holy name like this. Do not abuse the power of holy name like this. Don't chant with an intention to get rid of your pain, to get rid of your material problems, to get wealth, all these things. The purpose of chanting is different. It is higher. It can remove highest suffering from the material world. Pain in the leg is very small. It's very insignificant. And you don't have to go to holy name for that. Ask for something big. Ask to get rid of the dukkha of the bhavasagara. That holy name can give. Okay. So let's begin. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, Transcendental Knowledge. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Imam Vivasvate Yogam Proktavan Aham Avyayam Vivasvan Manave Praha Manurikshvakave Bravit. Let's repeat the entire shloka, okay? Evam parampara praptam imam rajarshayo viduhu sakalene hamahata yogo nashta parantapa. Evam parampara praptam imam rajarshayo viduhu Saevayam maya tedhya yoga prokta puratanaha bhaktosi me sakha cheti rahasyam hetaduttamam. Saevayam maya tedhya yoga prokta puratanaha bhaktosi me sakha cheti rahasyam hetaduttamam. Arjuna uvacha aparam bhavato janma param janma vivasvataha katametad vijaniyam tvamādho proktavaniti. Aparam bhavato janma param janma vivasvataha katametad vijaniyam tvamādho proktavaniti. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Bahuni me vyatitani janmani tava charjuna tanyaham veda sarvāni natvam veta parantapa. Bahuni me
तव चार्जुन कर्माण्यहं सर्वाणि त्वं वेद
अजोऽपि
परन्तप
सन्नव्ययात्मा भूतानामीश्वरोऽपि सन् प्रकृतिं स्वामधिष्ठाय सम्भवाम्यात्ममायया
भूतानामीश्वरोऽपि सन् प्रकृतिं स्वाम् अधिष्ठाय सम्भवामि
यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानमधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम् परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे जन्म कर्म च मे दिव्यम् एवं यो वेत्ति तत्त्वतः त्यक्त्वा देहं पुनर्जन्म नैति मामेति सोऽर्जुन वीतरागभयक्रोध मन्मया मामुपाश्रिताः बहवो ज्ञानतपसा पूता मद्भावमागताः ये मां प्रपद्यन्ते तांस्तथैव भजाम्यहम् मम वर्तमानुवर्तन्ते मनुष्या पार्थ सर्वशः
प्रपदन्ते तांस्तथैव भजाम्यहम् मम वर्तमानुवर्तन्ते मनुष्या पार्थ सर्वशः
कर्मणां सिद्धिं यजन्ता इह देवताः क्षिप्रं हि मानुषे लोके सिद्धिर्भवति कर्मजा
कर्मणां सिद्धिं यजन्ता इह देवता क्षिप्रं हि मनुष्ये लोके सिद्धिर्भवति कर्मजा
चातुर्वर्ण्यं मया सृष्टं गुणकर्म विभागशः तस्य कर्तारमपि मां विद्य कर्तारमव्ययम्
चातुर्वर्ण्यं मया सृष्टं गुणकर्म विभागशः तस्य कर्तारम् अपि मां विद्या कर्तारम् अव्ययम्
कर्माणि लिम्पन्ति न मे कर्मफले स्पृहा इति मां योऽभिजानाति कर्मभिर्न स बध्यते
मां कर्माणि लिम्पन्ति न मे कर्मफले स्पृहा इति मां योऽभिजानाति कर्मभिर्न स बध्यते
ज्ञात्वा कृतं कर्म पूर्वैरपि मुमुक्षुभिः कुरु कर्मैव तस्मात् त्वं पूर्वतरं कृतम्
ज्ञात्वा कृतं कर्म पूर्वैरपि मुमुक्षुभिः कर्मैव तस्मात् त्वं पूर्वतरं कृतम्
किमकर्मेति कवयोऽप्यत्र मोहिताः तत्ते कर्म प्रवक्ष्यामि यज्ञात्वा मोक्षसे शुभात्
कर्म किमकर्मेति काव्योऽप्यत्र मोहिता तत् प्रवक्ष्यामि यज्ञात्वा मोक्षसे
कर्मणोऽप्यपि बोद्धव्यं च विकर्मणः अकर्मणश्च बोद्धव्यं गहना कर्मणो गतिः
कर्मणोऽपि बोद्धव्यं च विकर्मणो अकर्मणश्च बोद्धव्यं गहना कर्मो गतिः
अन्यकर्म यः पश्येत् अकर्मणि च कर्म यः स बुद्धिमान् मनुष्येषु स युक्तः कृत्स्नकर्मकृत्
कर्मण्ये अकर्माणि च कर्म यः स बुद्धिमान् मनुष्येषु स युक्तः कृष्णकर्मकृत्
यस्य सर्वे समारम्भाः कामसङ्कल्पवर्जिताः ज्ञानाग्निदग्धकर्माणां तमाहु पंडितं बुधाः
यस्य सर्वे समारम्भा कामसङ्कल्पप्रविच्छित नानाग्निदग्धकर्माणां तमाहु पण्डितं
त्यक्त्वा
बुधा
कर्मफलासङ्गं नित्यतृप्तो निराश्रयः कर्मण्यभिप्रवृत्तोऽपि नैव किञ्चित् करोति सः
त्यक्त्वा कर्मफलासङ्गं नित्यतृप्तो निराश्रयः कर्माण्यपि प्रवृत्तोऽपि नैव किञ्चित् करोति सः
निराशीर्यतचित्तात्मा त्यक्तसर्वपरिग्रहः शारीरं केवलं कर्म कुर्वन्नाप्नोति किल्बिषम्
निराशीर्यतचित्तात्मा त्यक्तसर्वपरिग्रहः शरीरं केवलं कर्म कुर्वन्नाप्नोति किल्बिषम्
यादृच्छालाभसन्तुष्टो द्वन्द्वातीतो विमत्सरः समासिद्धावसिद्धौ च कृत्वापि न निबध्यते
यादृशालभसन्तुष्टः द्वन्द्वातीतो विमत्सरः समासिद्ध असिद्धौ च कृत्वापि न निबध्यते
गतसङ्गस्य मुक्तस्य ज्ञानावस्थितचेतसः यज्ञायाचरत कर्म समग्रं प्रविलीयते
गतसङ्गस्य मुक्तस्य ज्ञानावतिष्ठचेतसा यज्ञाचरत् कर्म समग्रं प्रविल्यते
अर्पणं ब्रह्म हवेर्ब्रह्माग्नौ ब्रह्मणाहुतं ब्रह्मैव तेन गन्तव्यं ब्रह्म कर्म समाधिना
ब्रह्मार्पणं ब्रह्महविर्ब्रह्मकणो ब्रह्मणाहुतं ब्रह्मैव तेन गन्तव्यं ब्रह्म कर्म समाधिना
दैवमेवापरे यज्ञं योगिना पर्युपासते ब्रह्माग्नौ अपरे यज्ञं यज्ञेनैवोपजुह्वति
दैवमे परे यज्ञं योगिना पर्यसुपप्तते ब्रह्माग्नौ अपरे यज्ञं यज्ञैव उपजाहुरति
श्रोत्रादीनिन्द्रियानन्ये संयमाग्निषु जुह्वति शब्दादीन् विषयानन्या इन्द्रियाग्निषु जुह्वति
श्रोत्रानीन्द्रियाण्ये संयमाग्निषु जुह्वति शब्दादीन् विषयान् अन्य इन्द्रियाग्निस्ति
सर्वाणीन्द्रियकर्माणि प्राणकर्माणि चापरे आत्मसंयम्य योगाग्नौ जुह्वति प्राणदीपि ज्ञानदीपिते
कर्माणि चापरे आत्मसंयम्य योगाग्नि जुह्वानि ज्ञानदीप्तिते
द्रव्ययज्ञस्तपो यज्ञ योगयज्ञस्तदा परे स्वाध्यायज्ञानयज्ञश्च यतया संशितव्रताः
यज्ञस्य तपो यज्ञ योगयज्ञस्ततः परे स्वाध्यायज्ञानयज्ञश्च यत्या संसितव्रता
जुह्वति प्राणं प्राणे पानं तथा परे प्राणापानगतिरुद्ध्वा प्राणायामपरायणाः
प्राणे पानं तत्परे प्राणापानगतिरुद्ध्वा प्राणायामपरायणाः
अपरे नियताहाराः प्राणान् प्राणेषु जुह्वति
परे नियताहाराः प्राणं प्राणेषु जुह्वति
सर्वेऽप्येते यज्ञविदो यज्ञक्षपितकल्मषाः
सर्वेऽपि
यज्ञशिष्टामृतभुजो यान्ति ब्रह्म सनातनम्
सर्वेऽप्यत्र यज्ञविदो यज्ञज्ञापितकल्मषः यज्ञशिष्टामृतभुजो यान्ति ब्रह्म सनातनम्
नायं लोकोऽस्त्य यज्ञस्य कुतोऽन्या कुरु सत्तमा
अयं लोकोऽस्ति यज्ञस्य कुतोऽन्यं कुरु सताम्
बहुविधा यज्ञा वितता ब्रह्मणो मुखे कर्मजान् विद्दितान् सर्वान् एवं ज्ञात्वा विमोक्ष्यसे
बहुविद्या यज्ञा विततो ब्रह्मणो मुखे कर्मजान् विदितं सर्वान् एवं ज्ञात्वा विमोक्ष्यसे
एवं द्रव्यमया यज्ञा ज्ञानयज्ञा परन्तप sarvaṁ karma-kilam partha jñāne parisamaप्यते.
ज्ञाने ऐशान परन्तप सर्वं कर्माखिलं पार्थ ज्ञाने परिसम्प्यते
तद्विद्धि प्रणिपातेन परिप्रश्नेन सेवया उपदेक्ष्यन्ति ते ज्ञानं ज्ञानिनस्तत्त्वदर्शिनः.
तद्विधि प्रणिपतेन परिप्रश्नेन सेवया उपदेक्ष्यन्ति ते ज्ञानं ज्ञानिनः तत्त्वदर्शिनः
यज्ञात्वा न पुनर्मोहम् एवं यास्यसि पाण्डव येन भूतान्यशेषाणि द्रक्ष्यस्यात्मन्यतो मयि.
पुनर्मोहम् एवं यस्यसि पाण्डव येन भूतान्यशेषाणि द्रक्ष्याय आत्मन्यो मयि
समिद्धेदसि पापेभ्यः सर्वेभ्यः पāpa-kṛt-tamaḥ सर्वं ज्ञान-प्लवेनैव वृजिनं सन्तरिष्यसि.
प्रतिषेधसि पापेभ्यः सर्वेभ्यः पापकृत्तमः सर्वं ज्ञानफलेन वृज्ञानं सन्तरिष्यसि
यथैधांसि समिद्धोऽग्निर्भस्मसात् कुरुतेऽर्जुन ज्ञानाग्नि सर्वकर्माणि भस्मसात् कुरुते तथा.
यथैधमसि समिद्धोऽग्निर्भस्मसात्कुरुतेऽर्जुन ज्ञानाग्निः सर्वकर्माणि भस्मसात् कुरुते तथा
ज्ञानेन सदृशं पवित्रम् इह विद्यते तत्स्वयं योगसंसिद्धः कालेनात्मनि विन्दति.
सदृशं पवित्रम् इह विद्यते तत्स्वयं योगसंसिद्धः कालेनात्मानि विन्दति
श्रद्धावान् लभते ज्ञानं तत्परः संयतेन्द्रियः ज्ञानं लब्ध्वा परां शान्तिम् अचिरेणाधिगच्छति.
तत्त्वा लभते ज्ञानं तत्परः संयतेन्द्रियः ज्ञानं लब्ध्वा परं शान्तिम् अचिरेणाधिगच्छति
श्रद्धानश्च संशयात्मा विनश्यति नायं लोकोऽस्ति न परो न सुखं संशयात्मनः.
अज्ञश्च संशयात्मा विनश्यति नायं लोकोऽस्ति न परो न सुखं संशयात्मनः
योगसन्न्यस्तकर्माणं ज्ञानसञ्छिन्न संशयम् आत्मवन्तं न कर्माणि निबध्नन्ति धनञ्जय.
योगसन्न्यस्तकर्माणां ज्ञानसञ्छिन्न संशयम् आत्मवातानं न कर्माणि निबध्नन्ति धनञ्जय
तस्मादज्ञानसम्भूतं हृत्स्थं ज्ञानाशिनात्मनः चित्वैनं संशयं योगम् आत्तिष्ठोत्तिष्ठ भारत.
तस्मादज्ञानसम्भूतं हृष्टं ज्ञानासीनात्मनः चित्वैनं संशयं योगम् उत्तिष्ठोत्तिष्ठ भारत
तत्सदिति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे ज्ञानकर्मसन्न्यासयोगो नाम चतुर्थोऽध्यायः. Okay, good. Hare Krishna. You all can come in the front, or maybe all the men can move a little more towards the right, and they can take the backrest. Okay, so what did we discuss last week?
I think last week we discussed about sacrifice. We discussed it's not just the fire sacrifice, it's the sacrifice we do through words, through eating. It also comes in the sacrifice.
Yeah.
What else? I remember, like, we also discussed about that we should take the knowledge and with fully surrendering through Guru.
Yeah.
That's what we discussed.
Okay, receive transcendental knowledge from a Guru. And there is a procedure that is given by Krishna, how to approach a Guru, how to ask questions.
With some see, not challenging, not challenging him, but by through submissiveness, through the curiosity, you know the scriptures.
And then what is most important?
By serving Guru.
Serving. Seva. Tad vidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. Yeah. So we discussed pariprashna and seva, but we did not discuss pranipat, right? Pranipat we did not discuss. What is pranipat? Pranam. Yeah, pranam. So the Sanskrit word nipat means to fall. Nipat means to fall. Pranipat means pravishta rupena nipat. Iti pranipat. Pravishta rupena means you fall with complete surrender. Okay, somebody can fall, just like that, right? Just for namesake, somebody can fall. But pranipat means with sincerity. With sincerity, somebody should offer Sashtanga Namaskar and respect the Guru. And when we offer the Sashtanga Namaskar or Panchanga Namaskar for ladies, the forehead should touch the ground, and then ideally we should touch the forehead to that place of the ground where the spiritual master has stepped, and we should take that lotus dust onto our forehead. Why? Because the power of it will purify. The power of the dust of the lotus feet of Guru can kill all our karma, anarthas. It can eradicate sinful reactions that we have been carrying for so many lifetimes. Okay, that has the power. There was a story of
One more thing we discussed, which stayed with me, that sacrifice should be done with the knowledge. Without knowledge, if we do sacrifice, will not get the benefit of spiritual benefit of it.
Yeah, sacrifice should be done with knowledge. Yeah. Yeah.
To get that knowledge, we are
approaching spiritual master. Yeah. So this pranipat, there's a nice story of a king by name Kulashekara. Not Kulashekara Alvar. Not Mukundamala Stotra Kulashekara Alvar.
What is the author of Vishnu?
Kaustubamani. Kulashekara is there are 12 Alvars. They are all different incarnations of different paraphernalia of Vishnu. One is an incarnation of Kaustuba. One is an incarnation of Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma. Like that. Just like how we have Goswamis, 6 Goswamis. In the Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, there are 12 Alvars. Yeah. In fact, Bhakti Devi appeared first in South India, in Dravida Desha, in Tamil Nadu. From there, it went to Karnataka, where Bhakti Devi was matured fully when Madhvacharya propagated Bhakti in Karnataka, in Udupi and those regions. Bhakti Devi was completely relished by everybody. And then as Bhakti Devi started traveling upwards, especially towards Gujarat and Maharashtra, Bhakti Devi has become weak. And Narada Muni, one day Narada Muni sees Bhakti Devi so weak and asks, why you are looking so dull? And then Bhakti Devi says, my 2 sons, Jnana and Vairagya, they are sick. That's why I am sick. So Jnana Vairagya means knowledge and renunciation, knowledge and detachment. So these are the 2 products of bhakti. Okay? Or bhakti means these 2 things, cultivating knowledge and renouncing things. Okay? But these 2 things are neglected. Jnana, Vairagya are neglected in these 2 places, Maharashtra and Gujarat. Gujarat, it's a rich place. All business people, rich business people. And those days in Maharashtra also, Bhakti was not so prominent. This was like 1,000 years ago. Okay, 1,000 or maybe even much before that. So then, as Bhakti Devi traveled further upwards towards north and reached Vrindavan, then Bhakti Devi got rejuvenated completely. And then that Bhakti, or the glory of that Bhakti Devi, got spread to other parts again. It drilled down, it trickled down to other places. And that's when the Vallabha Sampradaya came into picture, and then who is that? Pushtimar. No, Pushtimar, Vallabha Sampradaya, same. And in Maharashtra, Pandharpur, Varkaris. So all these different nice Bhakti Sampradayas came into picture. So that's how Bhakti Devi journey happened. Why did we go there? Alwards. Yeah. So there was a Pranipat, talking about Pranipat from Tadvidhi Pranipatena. So in Puri, there was a king by name Kulshekar. Okay, this is not the king Kulshekar Alvar who wrote Mukundamala Stotra. This Kulshekar, he was a king. So one day, his spiritual master, his guru, came into his assembly. And King Kulshekar, he went down to receive the guru. And then he offered Sashtanga Namaskar, Pranipat. And then the guru started giving some discourse. And then everybody was sitting at the lotus feet of the guru and listening to that. Guru was given nice asana, and then everybody was sitting at the lotus feet of guru and listening to discourse. And then after a few minutes, there was a bee in the room. A fly was flying around, and that fly or the bee fell on the forehead of Kulshekar. And it was kind of disturbing him. It was a little annoying. He was not able to focus on the discourse. In an attempt to get rid of the bee, so Kulshekar, he just wiped his forehead like this. And then the guru noticed this. And then he immediately stepped down from the asana, and then he walked away. And then everybody was surprised. They were shocked. And then as he was walking out, King Kulshekara and everybody asked him, what happened? All this while you have been giving discourse, and you seem to be very pleasant, happy, satisfied. But what happened now? Then the guru started speaking a little harsh, addressing Kulshekar, saying that, do you know the value of the dust of the feet of Guru? When you offer your pranama, pranipat at me, when you are receiving me, all the karma that you have done from millions of lifetimes, the papa karma, that is gone. But now, when the fly fell on your forehead and you attempted to throw the fly away, you wiped your forehead. You know what you have done? You have invited all that papa karma back into your life. And by doing that, you disrespected the value of the dust of the lotus feet of Guru. And then he started walking away. And then he begged, he fell at the lotus feet of the Guru again, and he begged for some prayashchitta. Yeah. You listen to that recording?
No, you only said the story.
Yeah. You are not there in the class. You are in India. But why you are there in the class, or you listen to the recording?
In the class.
You are there in the class. Okay. Yeah. So when we were discussing Mukunda Murdna Pranipatya Yache from Mukundamala Stotra about pranam, then Kulshekara asked for a remedy, prayashchitta. Then the Guru said, the only prayashchitta for this aparadha is, you have to offer pranama on a hot burning copper plate. Okay? And then all the other disciples in the assembly, the ministers and other disciples, they got shocked. Maharaj, can't there be a less severe punishment than this? And he said no. Because the value of the lotus feet or the dust of the lotus feet of Guru is so powerful, so much valuable, the punishment has to be in proportion to that. King Kulshekara said, yes, I am ready for that. And then a hot burning copper plate was brought, and then he started. It's a real incident. It happened for real. It's not a story. It's happened for real. And he started offering pranam. One at a time, he started offering pranam. And the number was given, I think 100 times or something. 100 times he has to offer pranama in the hot burning copper plate. He started offering 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. And then his body became so hot. But everybody around, they were so fearful. What's going to happen now? And then his body started burning into ashes. And because he is a great devotee of Jagannath, he's in Puri, he's the king of Puri. Then Jagannath personally came. Jagannath personally came and embraced him. And then he became rejuvenated, came back into life. And then again fell at the lotus feet of the spiritual master. And everybody glorified him. Everybody glorified his bhakti. And then the Guru said, I wanted to prove to the world the purity of my disciple. So my intention is not to give him severe punishment like this, but I wanted to prove to the world how pure my disciple King Kulshekara is. So that's the power of pranipat. Okay. Now, so if one does that, if one approaches a spiritual master in that mood, pranipat, pariprashna, seva. Okay. Then what happens? They receive transcendental knowledge. Okay. Now in the next section, Krishna describes, starting from shloka number 35 onwards, Krishna describes the glories of transcendental knowledge. What is the result of receiving this knowledge? Okay. So let's read those. यज्ञात्वा न पुनर्मोहम् एवं यास्यसि पाण्डव येन भूतान्यशेषाणि द्रक्ष्यस्यात्मन्यतो मयि. Okay. Kunal, can you read the translation and purport?
Having obtained real knowledge from a self-realized soul, you will never fall again into such illusion. For by this knowledge you will see that all living beings are but part of the Supreme, or in the other words, they are mine. Purport. The result of receiving knowledge from a self-realized soul, or one who knows things as they are, is learning that all living beings are part and parcel of Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Shri Krishna. The sense of an existence separate from Krishna is called Maya. Something that we have nothing to do with Krishna. That Krishna
no, read that the Sanskrit ma, not ya, this.
Not this. Some think that we have nothing to do with Krishna, that Krishna is only a great historical personality, and that the Absolute is the impersonal Brahman. Factually, as it is stated in the Bhagavad Gita, this impersonal Brahman is the personal effulgence of Krishna. Krishna, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is the cause of everything. In the Brahma Samhita, it is clearly stated that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the cause of all causes. Even the millions of incarnations are only his different expansions. Similarly, the living entities are also expansion of Krishna. The Mayavadi philosophers wrongly think that Krishna loses his own separate existence in his many expansions. This thought is material in nature. We have experienced in the material world that a thing, when fragmentally distributed, loses its own original identity. But the Mayavadi philosophers fail to understand that absolute means that 1 plus 1 is equal to 1 and that 1 minus 1 is equal to 1. This is the case in the absolute world. For want of sufficient knowledge in the absolute science, we are now covered with illusion, and therefore we think that we are separate from Krishna. Although we are separated part of Krishna, we are nevertheless not different from him. The bodily difference of the living entity is Maya, are not actual fact. We are all meant to satisfy Krishna. By Maya alone, Arjuna thought that the temporary bodily relationship with his kinsman was more important than his eternal spiritual relationship with Krishna. The whole teaching of Gita is targeted toward this end, that a living being, as Krishna's eternal servitor, cannot be separated from Krishna, and his sense of being an identity apart from Krishna is called Maya. The living entities, as separate parts and parcel of Supreme, have a purpose to fulfill. Having forgotten that purpose since time immemorial, they are situated in different bodies as men, animals, demigod, etc. Such bodily differences arises from forgetfulness of transcendental service of the Lord. But when one is engaged in the transcendental service through Krishna consciousness, one becomes at once liberated from this illusion. One can acquire such pure knowledge only from the bona fide spiritual master and thereby avoid the delusion that the living entity is equal to Krishna. Perfect knowledge is that the Supreme Soul Krishna is the supreme shelter for all living entities, and giving up such shelter, the living entities are deluded by material energy, imagining themselves to have a separate identity. Thus, under different standards of material identity, they become forgetful of Krishna. When, however, such deluded living entities become situated in Krishna consciousness, it is to be understood that they are on the path of liberation as confirmed in Bhagavatam 2.10.6. Muktir hityanyatha rupam swarupena dashya vyavastiti. Liberation means to be situated in one's constitutional position as an internal servitor of Krishna consciousness. Eternal.
Having obtained real knowledge from a self-realized soul, you will never fall again into such illusion. For by this knowledge, you will see that all living beings are but part of the Supreme. In other words, that they are mine. Okay? So, Krishna started speaking about the result of receiving transcendental knowledge, or the glories of transcendental knowledge. So we keep hearing this word all the time, right? Transcendental knowledge, divya jnana. Divya jnana hriday prakashito. When we approach a guru, the guru will illuminate our heart with divya jnana. That is what diksha, right? So what exactly is transcendental knowledge? What's the definition of transcendental knowledge?
Everything belongs to Krishna. We all are part and parcel of Krishna. Everything.
Okay.
Not only we, everything.
Okay.
Everyone and everything.
Everyone and everything.
Okay.
That is how we related to Krishna.
We are not the body, we are the soul.
Okay.
Knowledge which is passed down through generations.
Knowledge of what, Sridhya?
Knowledge which is passed down through generations, through parampara.
Yeah, transcendental knowledge is received in a parampara only. But what exactly this knowledge is all about?
Chapter 2, whole.
How we related to
Chapter
Krishna.
2 full.
Going back to Godhead.
It is how we related to
Going
Krishna.
back to Godhead.
How we are related to Krishna.
How to attain again Krishna.
Okay.
We are nothing staying on the ground reality. We are nothing.
Uh-huh.
You are nothing.
Sri Lakshmi, did you make a note? If there is an argument in the home,
that is like,
you just say you are nothing.
that is so beautiful, right? Once we say we are part and parcel of Krishna, we cannot say we are nothing also, because part and parcel of Krishna also is like so potent.
Compared to Krishna, we are nothing.
Means that in an analogical way, right? Like you cannot say, because then we are negating that part and parcel piece of Krishna. We are saying nothing.
Yeah.
In context.
So that's the theory of Mayavadis. That's the theory of Mayavadis. Nothing means voidism, right? Shunya. So they go, when they go and merge their identity with Krishna, when they become one with Krishna, they lose their identity. So that way they are nothing. So remember this. There is an argument at home, you are nothing.
If you ask any money, I'm nothing.
Yeah. So online, anyone else want to give it a try? What is transcendental knowledge? These are all valid answers, but the definition of transcendental knowledge given in the Vedas, but once I heard from Radhanaswam Maharaj, he says that transcendental knowledge means knowledge of matter, spirit, and controller of both. Knowledge of matter, spirit, and controller of both. So who is the controller of both? Krishna. So we need to know that what you all said is true. When we need to know about matter, we need to know that I am not this body, I am not this material body. And we need to know about spirit. We are the spirit soul. We need to understand the material energy of the Lord and the spiritual energy of the Lord. And we need to understand about the controller of these two energies. So matter, spirit, and the controller of both. Harilas Maharaj says he used to give Ishopanishad class before COVID. He used to give Ishopanishad class every day in the temple. This is one of his favorites. He used to give this class multiple times, Ishopanishad. Okay, there are, I think, 18 mantras. Okay, each shloka is called mantra there. Okay, it's a very small book, smaller than Mukundamala Stotra. So in one of the mantras or shlokas of Ishopanishad, it says, Vidyam cha vidyayamscha. Let me look at that. Yeah, Ishopanishad 11. Vidyam cha vidyayamschayas tad vedho bhayam saha avidyaya mrityum tirtva vidyayamritam ashnute. So let's repeat this. Vidyayam cha vidyayamschayas tad vedho bhayam saha avidyaya mrityum tirtva vidyayamritam ashnute. Okay. Shri Vidya, can you read this translation?
Okay, Prabhu. Since the creation of the material world,
translation.
Okay. Only one who can learn the process of nescience and that of transcendental knowledge side by side can transcend the influence of repeated birth and death and enjoy the full blessings of immortality.
Yeah. So we need to learn two things. Vidya means two things. Knowledge of matter and spirit. Vidya, avidya. Vidya is knowledge about the absolute truth. Avidya is knowing about the ignorance. What is the ignorance? Ignorance is I am the material body, I am this body. Okay? This material world is permanent. I can get happiness in this material world. This is avidya. So you should have knowledge about avidya also. You should have knowledge about how the material world works. You should know about the spirit soul, and simultaneously you should know about the material world also. That's why Krishna, after speaking the most important, the topmost yoga, bhakti yoga, from chapter 6 to chapter 7 to 12, the middle of Bhagavad Gita, he talks about Jnana Yoga in the last section. From chapter 13 to 18, he talks about Jnana Yoga. If Bhakti is the conclusion, if Bhakti is the topmost yoga, then what is the need of Jnana Yoga? Especially in 12th chapter, the title itself is Bhakti Yoga. The chapter title itself is Devotional Service. And if that is the topmost yoga, why to speak about Jnana Yoga? Krishna spoke about Jnana Yoga because we are living in the material world, we need to know how the material nature operates, how the material nature works, so that we can navigate around that and try not to get entangled by the material nature. So we need to have both Vidya, Avidya. Haridas Maharaj repeats this many times. We need to have Vidya, Avidya, both. Only then you can have a conversation with somebody and convince them about Krishna. Vidyam cha avidyam cha tad vedo bayam saha. Ubayam means these two. Tad vedo ubayam saha. Saha means simultaneously. Vedo ubayam. Ubayam means both. So we have to study these two things together. Most of the times what people do is when they start practicing bhakti, they only start learning about bhakti. But we need to spend some time, not great elaborative study. We don't have to go in detail, but at least we need to know how the material nature works, so that we will avoid those situations and not get entangled in that. So spiritual knowledge or transcendental knowledge means knowledge of matter, spirit, and controller of both. So what happens? What is the result when we have this knowledge? As Krishna says in 4.35 and also this Ishopanishad shloka, we will never fall again into such illusion. Especially when you get knowledge of avidya, right? How miserable it is to live in this material world. You're saying something? How miserable it is to live in the material world. If we get that knowledge, then we will not make that mistake of falling into the material world again. We will not fall into this illusion. So having obtained real knowledge, you will never fall again into such illusion. For by this knowledge, you will see that all living beings are part of the Supreme. In other words, they are mine. So in that Shanti mantra, recited by many transcendentalists, what is the Shanti mantra? Shanti mantra. There is a famous Shanti mantra. Huh? No.
Sarvesham swastir bhavatu.
No. Yeah. Sing that fully. Asato om asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityonga amrutangamaya om shanti
Shanti,
shanti.
Shanti.
Tamasoma jyotirgamaya. Tamasa means darkness. Jyoti means light. So this transcendental knowledge is compared to light. This is the light that leads us from darkness to
Light.
Enlightenment. From ignorance to enlightenment. Tamasoma jyotirgamaya. Asatoma sadgamaya. From asat to sat. This is a prayer to the Lord that, O Lord, please lead me from asat to sat. From Maya, asat means Maya. As Prabhupada explained in the purport, Maya means that which is not. That which is not is Maya. That which is not is, that which is not true, that which is not the truth is asat. So asat to sat. Oh Lord, please lead me from asat to sat. Asatoma sadgamaya, tamasoma jyotirgamaya, mrityongma amritangamaya. Please lead me from mortality to immortality. So these are all the results of the transcendental knowledge. So transcendental knowledge is compared to different things. It is compared to the light, as we discussed here. It is compared to a torch light. It is compared to light means like a lamp. When you have diya, Deepavali is coming up, Deepavali diya. That represents knowledge. Okay. It is also compared to torch light. When do we use torch light? When the path is dark, when you don't know where to go, when you don't know whether to go to left or right or walk straight, when you can't see what is there on your path, when you don't know your path properly, then you need torchlight. Along the path, you need torchlight. So this transcendental knowledge is also compared to torchlight. Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 10, Tesham evanu kampartam aham ajnana jamtamaha nasayamyatma bhavasto jnana deepena bhasvate. Nasayamyatma bhavasto jnana deepena bhasvate. Tesham evanu kampartam aham ajnana jamtamaha. So Krishna is residing in everyone's heart. So Krishna says that I, who is residing in everyone's hearts, dispel the darkness of their ignorance by becoming a torchlight. By becoming a torchlight. That's why Chaitya Guru, the Paramatma, is known as Chaitya Guru. One who shows the path, one who guides us, one who gives us the direction. Chaitya Guru. That's why Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Maya Dyakshena Prakriti Suyate Sacharacharam Hetunanena Kaunteya Jagat Vipari Vartate. All living entities are moving under my direction. Krishna is giving direction as Paramatma in the heart. He is giving direction all the time, what to do, where to go, how to do things, everything. That's why he is like a torchlight. Krishna giving knowledge to us, that is compared to torchlight. And sometimes knowledge is also compared to sun. It's compared to sun. Jnana deepena bhasvate, that is torchlight. And there is another shloka in Bhagavad Gita. Tesham aditya vajnanam hrutstam jnanashinatmanaha. Tesham aditya vajnanam. Aditya vat. Aditya means what? Sun. Aditya vat means like sun. Dandavat. Danda means stick. Dandavat means like stick. You have to fall like stick. Aditya vat, like sun. Aditya vat jnanam. This transcendental knowledge is like the sun. That that purifies everything. Why sun comparison is used here? Sun purifies everything. When the sun comes out, sun purifies everything. Even if there is urine, sun evaporates that, and then you don't see anything. It's completely, it becomes pure. That's why sun comparison is used. Transcendental knowledge is like sun, which can purify everything. It's compared to lamp, small lamp. It's compared to
dispel darkness also. And maybe dispel
darkness. Sun dispels darkness. It purifies everything. Yes. What else?
And it is common to everyone.
The sun gives the life actually.
Sun gives what?
Life also. Actually, in astrology, I learn astrology. So this sun is the karak actually for giving the life.
Yeah.
When in the east zone, when Rashi comes in the east horizon, so the birth take place, and the sun is the Atma karak. I'm so sorry if.
No. That's perfectly valid.
Yeah.
And sun is common for everyone. It doesn't differentiate anyone.
Yeah. And 2 weeks ago at Pooja's home, when we discussed glories of Bhagavatam, what is Bhagavatam compared to?
Boat.
Hmm?
Boat.
No. Boat is
Snake, Prabhuji.
snake, boat, snake, mango fruit, and then sun. Puranarka. Srimad Bhagavatam Puranamamadam. No, not that one. What is that sloka? No. Bhagavatam only there is sloka. Krishne Swadhamo Pagate Jnana Vairagya. In first canto, second chapter, there is a shloka that says, after Krishna has left, at the end of Dwapara Yuga, after Krishna has left, Krishne Swadhamo Pagate, after he has gone to his Swadhama in spiritual world, then he has arisen like sun. Purana Arka. Arka means sun. Purana Arka. This Srimad Bhagavata Purana has arisen just like how sun arises in the eastern direction. Puranarka. Okay. So now we'll see next shloka. 36. Shloka number 36. Api chedasi pāpebhyaḥ sarvebhyaḥ pāpa-kṛt-tamaḥ sarvaṁ jñāna-plavenaiva vṛjinaṁ santariṣyasi. So, Shamkunda, you want to read?
Even if you are considered to be the most sinful of all the things, when you are situated in the boat of transcendental knowledge, you will be able to cross over the oceans of miseries. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Proper understandings of one constitutional position in relationship to Krishna is so nice that it can once lift one from the struggle of the existence which goes on the ocean of nescience. The material world is sometimes regarded as an ocean of nescience and sometimes as a blazing forest. In the ocean, however expert a swimmer one may be, the struggle for the existence is very severe. If someone come forward and lift the struggling swimmer from the ocean, he is the greatest savior. Perfect knowledge received from the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the path of liberation. The boat of Krishna consciousness is very simple, but at the same time the most sublime.
So, boat. Boat. All Mukundamala Stotra people are laughing, smiling, they're joyful. So we have discussed about this boat since last 2 weeks. Now here, transcendental knowledge is compared to boat. Plavenaiva. Sarvaṁ jñāna-plavenaiva. Api chedasi pāpebhyaḥ sarvebhyaḥ pāpa-kṛt-tamaḥ sarvaṁ jñāna-plavenaiva vṛjinaṁ santariṣyasi. So we receive transcendental knowledge when we practice bhakti. Okay. But what if a person is sinful? If a person is sinful, how can they receive transcendental knowledge? How can they get purified? Transcendental knowledge purifies us. But if a person is so sinful and they are not qualified to receive transcendental knowledge from Guru, right? Then what's the solution? How can they receive the transcendental knowledge? That's why here in this shloka, Krishna is saying that even if a person is sinful, the most sinner of the sinnest, if he is situated in this boat called jnana, in this boat called transcendental knowledge, they will receive transcendental knowledge and then they will be delivered from this material ocean.
But they should have the desire first. From one who is so sinful, they won't have that desire also, right? To obtain the knowledge.
Yeah.
One who is sinful of the
Yeah.
most sinful. Like
But a pure devotee can give that desire to the sinner of the sinnest. Sometimes the sinner of the sinnest also, out of his realizations, after he is so frustrated with his activities, he will start turning to God.
So, example, Valmiki, right? He's a hunter, right?
Yeah.
But when Narayan gave the knowledge, then he
Narada Muni.
Yeah.
So like that, pure devotee can give that desire. He was not even able to chant Rama. He was only chanting Mara, 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 Mara. That's what he was doing all the time, right? So but Mara, Mara became Rama, Rama.
But in Kali Yuga, except Jagai Madhai case, we don't see such kind of an example, right?
No, Jagai Madhai also, right? Pure devotee gave.
No, except that case, Jagai Madhai case. In now or in history, we don't see such cases. Their life ends very miserably. Like the case of Hitler, he was sinner of the sinner.
Okay, so this is a clarification here. Sinner of the sinnest means don't think someone else.
No.
Who is Krishna telling this to? I am the sinner of the sinnest. I am the most sinful. When Krishna tells Nirapeksham munim shantam nirvaira samadarshinaha anuvrajam yaham nityam puyayetyangre renubihi. We think that, oh, Krishna is talking about me. Nirapeksham munim shantam nirvairam samadarshinaha. Oh yeah, confirmed. Krishna is talking about me. Thank you, Krishna. You're so merciful. But when Krishna says apiched api pāpebhyaḥ, no, he's not talking about me. So he's talking about us, and we are all receiving this knowledge. Even though we are not qualified, Prabhupada made us qualified. The Guru Maharaj made us qualified. When Prabhupada asked during his time in America, somebody asked, I think the hippies, only one of the hippies asked him, Prabhupada, what qualification do we have that you are giving us this bhakti? Then Prabhupada said, you don't have any qualification. You're not qualified. I made you qualified. I'm giving you that qualification. So that's why either the sinner of the sinnest, eventually after frustration, after trying out many different ways of enjoying in the life materially, finally he gives up everything. Just like Chintamani, the prostitute who became a guru for Bilomangal Thakur.
Yeah.
Chintamani, she was speaking Bhagavatam whole night to Bilomangal Thakur. So Chintamani said, I have tried enough of this all of my life, and now I want to take shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna. And she spoke. No, this is what she said actually. When Bilomangal Thakur comes to her home that night, and that night happens to be the Shraddha ceremony of his father. So he abandoned that ceremony, and he crossed a river using a dead body. And when he reached that house of Chintamani, her house is upstairs. So he used a rope, but it's a snake actually. He used a snake, thinking that it's a rope, and then climbed up the snake climbed up the balcony and went into the house. And then Chintamani was so surprised. Chintamani said, today is the Shraddha ceremony of your father, and it's raining heavily. How did you even manage to come here? And by the way, from tomorrow, I'm stopping this profession. I'm taking shelter of bhakti. And then she speaks entire Bhagavatam, and she says, if you have even fraction of attachment that you have for me, even if you have fraction of that attachment for Krishna, your life will become perfect. Then something strikes him. and then he takes bhakti seriously. So Chintamani, there was no guru for him. There was no pure devotee who inspired her. But out of her frustration, she gave up everything and she decided to become a devotee. But many other cases we see a pure devotee gives that desire. Okay. So this, so even for the sinner of the sinnest, when he is situated in the boat of transcendental knowledge, we will be able to cross the ocean of miseries. So
Prabhuji, one thing you were mentioning, right, Prabhuji? Valmiki said Mara Mara. So Mara means death, right, Prabhuji? And Rama means like Taraka Mantram, which will, yeah, it's like very strange, Prabhuji. Like how Mara is a reverse of Rama. So Rama means it will liberate us. And Mara means death.
Yeah.
So he kept repeating Mara Mara and then it became Rama Rama. So that's very good actually.
So the power of holy name is such that if somebody pronounces one syllable of holy name while pronouncing some other name, okay? For example, think of some name that's not a holy name. It has one of the names of, let's say Mary. Okay, Mary. It's not a holy name. Maybe for Christians it is a holy name. Okay, think of some other name. Maria, right? Maria. Huh? Rambo. 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 Vipul Prabhu is in a good mood. He's in a joyful mood. Rambo. So it has a version of ma. The complete syllable is not there. There is a visarga. There is a visarga of ma. Rambo.
Ram is there. Rambo is syllable.
Okay, so let's take Maria only then. Okay, Rambo, at least there is Ram. Rambo, at least there is Ram. Okay, let's take Maria only. Maria is the name of a lady. Okay? It's not a holy name. But there is ma in that. So Ramachandra will look at that ma and think that, oh, somebody is trying to pronounce my name. And he will give benefit for that. That's the power of holy name. It's like fire. Holy name is like fire. So, why did we discuss this? Huh?
So
Mara. Yes, Mara. So even if the syllables are swapped, but Ramchandra will take that because those two syllables are coming from the holy name, and eventually as Mara became Rama, the full potency of Ramanama came into picture. Okay.
Like every Sanskrit letter is like a name of the god itself, right? Every letter.
Yeah.
It's not like a one particular ma, right, Prabhuji?
Yeah. Every letter.
Is like a god name only, right, Prabhuji?
Yeah.
It's not like one ma itself when it's like a Ram.
Yes.
So each I is also a name. Any letters you could say.
Because all the aksharas of Sanskrit, you'll find them in one of the names of Krishna. You'll find in one of the names. That's why simply if you recite the akshara mala, you will get the benefit of chanting the holy names. A, I, O, Ru. If it is difficult to memorize the shlokas, if it is difficult to memorize the names, I mean, Aksharamala everybody knows, right? Shamkunda?
Yeah.
So you can simply chant Aksharamala. Or you can simply chant A. If it is difficult to chant entire Aksharamala, just chant A.
Yeah, why can't we just chant Hare?
Why? Krishna said Aksharanam Akarosmi. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says Aksharanam Akarosmi. Of all the syllables, I am the Akshara A.
So the Akshara is very happy.
She is listening? Akshara, show your face. Akshara, you're happy. Good. Brahmakshara Samudbhavam. There is another shloka in third chapter. Right? Brahmakshara Samudbhavam means? That is when we discussed about the name Akshara. Brahmakshara Samudbhavam.
Everything is residing in the aksharas.
That's your homework. Brahmakshara Samudbhavam. Okay. So let's come back here. Let's discuss about boat for some time.
We have to finish the chapter today.
Yes, we will. By 1:30 we'll finish. Okay, instead of me speaking about boat, Mukundamala favorites, you speak about boat. Anybody? Srividya, Shamala, are you still there? I don't see her. Yeah, about boat.
When you get the shelter of Krishna, everything universe will become like a...
No. There are so many things before that. Let's talk
We
about
are all,
ocean.
yeah, we are all sinking in ocean of desires.
Yeah.
And there are three boats we can which can save us. One is Krishna himself, and the second one is Bhakti Devi, and then third one is Krishna's name. So Krishna's name will cultivate bhakti in us, and Krishna himself will come. Yeah.
Okay, very good. So in Mukundamala Stotra, this Kulashekara Alvar explains the position of a living entity, how they are drowning in the material world. Just like how Krishna explained in this shloka here, 36 or 37? 36. Okay. So how Krishna is saying that this transcendent, if one is situated in the transcendental boat, in this boat of transcendental knowledge, they'll be able to cross over the ocean of miseries. Kulshekara Alvar says, Bhava jaladi gatanam dvandva vatahatanam sutaduhitru kalatra thrana bhararditanam vishama vishayato ye majjatam aplavanam bhavatu sharanameko vishnupoto naranam. He says that the jivas are drowning in the material ocean, and the only shelter is the boat called Vishnu. Vishnu Poto Naranam. Sometimes Vishnu can come personally and save, how he saved Gajendra. Okay. And then next shloka, Kulshekara Alvar says, Bhavajaladi gatanam dvandvavata. No. Bhavajaladi magadam dustaram nistareyam Katamahamiti cheto masmadha kataratvam sarasija trishi deve taraki bhakti reka naraka bidhini shanna tarayishyatyavashyam. Taraki bhakti reka. Okay. Kulshekara Alvar further explains about our position in the material world, and Taraki bhakti reka, only bhakti boat. Only this boat called Bhakti, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, only this boat can deliver us from the material ocean. And then next shloka, Krishna says, Trishna toye madana pavano dhutamo hornimale dhara varte tanaya sahaja graha sangha kulecha Samsarakhe mahati jaladau majjatam nastridaman padamboje bhavatu padamboje varada bhavatu padamboje varada bhavato bhakti navam prayacha. This bhakti nava means boat. Kulshekara Alvar is praying to the Lord, oh Lord, please give me the boat of bhakti. Here Krishna is comparing transcendental knowledge to a boat. Okay. There Kulshekara Alvar is using bhakti as a boat. Bhakti navam prayacha. He is requesting, he is begging the Lord to give the boat called bhakti. And then when we receive this boat, what happens?
We'll cross the ocean. Cross the ocean.
We'll cross the ocean.
Material world.
Okay. Then everything becomes easy. Right? When we receive the boat, you are drowning in the ocean. There is no boat. Majjatam aplavanam. You are drowning without any boat. And how can you come out of the ocean? Impossible, right? But when there is a strong boat that can survive any amount of wind, heavy winds or waves, then it becomes easy. So in the next shloka, Kulshekara Alvar says, Prudhvi Renu Ranupayamsi Kanika Falgus Pulingo Lagus Tejo Nishwasanam Maruttanutaram Randram Susukshmam Nabaha Kshudra Rudra Pitamaha Prabhrutaya Kita Samastasura Drushte Yatra Satarako Vijayate Sripada Dhuli Kanaha. Okay? Drushte Yatra Satarako Sripada Dhuli Kanaha. So here what is the boat? Again Bhakti Nava?
Dhuli.
Sripada Dhuli Kanaha. Yeah. So that is the boat here. Okay. So like that, there are different boats that can save us, that can give us strength to tolerate material problems. So here, similarly, Krishna is using, is comparing transcendental knowledge to a boat. Even if a sinner of the sinnest is sitting in the transcendental knowledge boat, he will be able to cross over the ocean. And then everything becomes small. In Bhagavatam also there is that sloka, right? Samashitaye pada pallava plavanam mahatpadam punya yasho murarehe mahatpadam punya yasho murarehe. Samashritaye pada pallava plavam mahatpadam punya yasho murarehe bhavambudir vatsapadam parampadam padam padam yadvipadam natesham. So there the boat is again the lotus feet. Samashritaye pada pallava plavam. Plava means boat. What is that boat? Pada pallava. Pada is the feet. Pallava means flower buds, lotus flower buds. Okay, if somebody has a name Pallavi, that means flower bud. Okay, Pallavi means flower bud. Samashritaye pada pallava plavam. If somebody has taken shelter of this boat called the lotus feet of Krishna, then what happens? Mahat padam punya yasho murare. That means the lotus feet of Murari. If somebody has taken shelter of the lotus feet of this Murari, Bhavambudir Vatsapadam. Bhavambudi means Bhavasagara. Ambudi Sagara. Bhavambudi means this material ocean. Bhavambudi becomes Vatsapadam. Vatsa means small cow, calf. Padam means the footprint. Vatsapadam means the calf's hoof print. That big ocean, that Bhavambudi, that big material ocean becomes as small as Vatsapadam. Now, why Vatsapadam is used here? Why not something else?
Because Vats always follows
a small matchstick or small needle can also be used to compare, right? But why Vatsapadam is used? So did everyone understand this? What happens when we take shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna? The huge, gigantic material ocean, which is impossible to cross, becomes as small as water, a drop of water contained in the calf's hoof print.
She will follow the mother. The calf will always.
No.
Prabhuji, the whole ocean will like condense into a drop.
Yes.
In the hoof of that calf.
Yeah.
Or the
the ocean will become as small as a small drop in the calf's hoof print.
Because Krishna
not even in the actual foot, but in the footprint of the
Krishna
calf.
always follows his calf's footprint, right? Like to find them, and he will see us, and maybe we'll go.
Okay, then Krishna could have used Duli, right? Vatsa Duli. He could have said Vatsa Duli. Instead of Vatsa Padam, he could have said Vatsa Duli. Duli is even smaller than Vatsa, right? Padam. Yeah. So, we did not discuss this in Mukadamala Stotra also, right? We discussed the same thing, but we did not discuss. Yeah. So today I was meditating on this, and then something struck me.
Out of syllabus.
No,
out of syllabus question.
So, say when the calf or cow, when it stomps on the ground in the dirt, it makes a footprint. Even if you try to pour some water, even if you pour some little amount of water, one drop or even a glass full of water, it does not stick there. It spills over. Because there are some markings, right? There are some, what do you call that? The markings of the calf's foot. It's not plain. Gittalu marks untai ikkada. So when there are marks, it's not plain. There are some engravement kind of thing. Okay, you have a plain sheet, plain copper plate, and then you engrave some design on that. I mean, if I show some picture, you can see the picture later. Okay, so even if you put a water drop, it does not stay there; it spills over. Okay, the comparison is used Vatsapadam because when we take shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna, when we are situated in the transcendental knowledge boat, we will not be contaminated by the material nature. Just like that Vatsapadam cannot, the water cannot touch the Vatsapadam. The water cannot touch the Vatsapadam. The contamination in the material world cannot touch us. Okay? So first of all, the big ocean becomes a small droplet, and even the droplet, I mean, even having a small amount of attachment is also not good, right? That's why Vatsapadam is used. That means the entire ocean becomes a small droplet, which will also be not attached to that calf's hoof print.
So any small thing will not affect our consciousness.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come and go.
Nothing will
It
attach.
not disturb our consciousness.
Yeah. Nothing will, attach you. You will not be attached to anything. Okay. So that is.
Question, like, it will come and go. It will not affect us. That droplet means.
Even if desires come, even if there is some tendency, you will not act on that. Okay. Okay.
And Prabhu, this is said for not for the hoof, rather the hoof print.
Not
the
actual hoof.
Will be hydrophobic and maybe
the print.
Sticks. Okay.
Padam means what's a padam? The calf's hoof print. If you look at the translation of that shloka, word for word translation, what's a padam? Calf's hoof print. Okay. So apichedapi pāpebhyaḥ sarvebhyaḥ pāpa-kṛt-tamaḥ sarvaṁ jñāna-plavenaiva vṛjinaṁ santariṣyasi. Okay?
Prabhu, in verse 8, Kulshekhara says, I don't have any master but you, he said, Krishna. You only my master, I don't have any master like that. Right?
Yeah.
But he has a guru, and Prabhupada also saying so many verses that you need to reach the bona fide spiritual master to get the knowledge, and then you can.
So he is my master means he is my nata. He is my everything. He is my shelter.
But the best way is to go through guru, right? Like,
Yeah, he has a guru. He has a guru.
No, I don't understand that.
He has a guru. So the guru is the servant of that master. If that master is master to his guru, that master is also guru to me. The master is master to everybody. Right? That's what he's saying. Yeah. And he wants to become a servant. Not just one servant. In the another shloka he says servant of the servant of the servant. That means he is recognizing guru also there.
Prabhu, why? Sorry, you want to complete?
No, then done.
Prabhu, here it's in the purport says the Krishna consciousness boat is very simple, but most sublime. So what does that mean? Like most sublime? Like why is it termed that way?
Sublime means powerful. So anything simple, people don't consider it as valuable. Sublime means valuable. Even though it is simple, this bhakti is very simple. What is that word? Bhakti is simple.
Mukundamala
Stottra students. Bhakti is simple. What is the word?
Bhakti Sulabha.
Bhakti Sulabha. Sridhya said, Bhakti Sulabha. Bhakti Sulabham Dhyayasva Narayanam. Okay? Bhakti is very Sulabha, very simple. But don't consider it as something cheap. Generally, anything that is simple is cheaply available. The price is cheap, it's available everywhere. But it is sublime, it's very valuable, it's precious.
I was thinking of the chemistry sublimation process.
Oh, okay.
Like it just evaporates, then the sublime substances just go away quickly. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Like water, right? It's available everywhere. It's very simple, but it's very valuable.
It's very valuable. Yeah. Okay, next one. Next shloka. 37. Yataidamsi samigdhognir basmasat kurute Arjuna. Jnānāgni sarva karmāni basmasat kurute tadha. Okay. Kalpanagar, Vishavatar. $37.
As a blazing fire turns firewood to ashes, O Arjuna, so does the fire of knowledge burn to ashes all reactions to material activities. Purport. Perfect knowledge of self and super self and of their relationship is compared herein to fire. This fire not only burns up all reactions to impious activities, but also all reactions to pious activities, turning them to ashes. There are many stages of reaction in the making, reaction fructifying, reaction already achieved, and reaction a priori, but knowledge of the constitutional position of the living entity burns everything to ashes. When one is in complete knowledge, all reactions, both a priori and posteriori are consumed. In the Vedas, it is stated,
one overcomes both the pious and impious reactions of work. Okay. So here, the transcendental knowledge is compared to fire. So it was compared to a small lamp, it was compared to a torchlight, it was compared to sun. In the previous shloka, compared to a boat. Now it is fire. What does fire do? It burns everything. Not only purifies, it burns everything. It burns everything. So what does it burn? Transcendental knowledge. What does it burn?
Both good and bad karma.
Yeah. So there are different types of karma that we have discussed, right? In this chapter only. There is sanchita karma, also known as aprarabdha karma, karma that has not manifested yet. And then there is prarabdha karma, karma that started manifesting. And then there is kuta. Kuta means tendency. Tendency to sin. Tendency to commit sinful activities. That is kuta. And then there is bija. There is a seed. Seed of pāpa-karma or seed of sinful activity. Okay? Somebody plants a seed in your mind. Okay? Oh, stealing is good. Stealing money is good. Easy route. A seed is planted in your mind. Now I have planted a seed in all your minds. Go home, water it, nurture it, fructify it. But steal butter. Stealing butter is good. Okay?
Here it is perfect knowledge of self and the super soul and of their relationship.
And relationship. Yeah.
So our relationship is that, like we are his servant.
Mm-hmm.
Is this relationship we are talking about, or the relationship that we get to know actually what kind of a relationship we share with the Lord when we go to the prayer?
Yeah, no matter what is the relationship, our eternal duty is to serve. Whether you are mother of Krishna, father of Krishna, or Gopi, or Gopa boy, anybody, the duty is to serve. Yeah.
That's the relationship.
Yeah. So here the relation is, when you go to Bhagavatam, those details are, will be revealed. But here we are still in the fundamental level. Okay. So this is the relationship between Jiva and Bhagavan. That is master and servant. Master and servant. Part and parcel. Yeah. Etaidamsi samigdognir basmasat kurute Arjuna jnana agni. This jnana is compared to agni, fire. Jnanagni sarva karmani. By the way, not only papa karma, right? Punya karma also. Punya karma also. So, once somebody asked Prabhupada, is Ganga great or Yamuna great? River, is Ganga river great or Yamuna river great? Somebody asked Prabhupada. Both are equally great, right? But Prabhupada said, Yamuna is greater. Yamuna is greater than Ganga. Ganga, it takes all your papa karma away. But Yamuna, it takes your punya karma also away. So like that. Jnanagni is like that. Huh?
Why Yamuna is taking our
punya karma? No, punya karma also pieces for how it is basically.
Because bhakti is beyond punya and papa. Yeah, Yamuna Devi gives bhakti. Yamuna Devi gives bhakti. That's why it takes away punya also. Because if there is a punya, again you have to take birth to enjoy. Yeah. That's why it takes away both punya and papa. So when you go to Vrindavan, you take a dip in Yamuna. It will take away everything. It will take away your wallet. It will take away everything.
All these want to go to Yamuna. All these girls want to go to Yamuna.
Prabhuji have 3 minutes to finish the meditation.
So they are all inspired to go to Yamuna? I know why.
Because of
I know. So you want to see that boy who just took bath in Yamuna, standing on the banks of Yamuna, playing Venu. You want to see that boy, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, don't go there. Don't go there. Even if you go there, don't look at that boy. Okay, next one. Nahi jnāna sadrisham pavitram iha vidyate tatsvayam yoga samsiddhaha kālenātmani vindati. In this world, there is nothing so sublime and pure as transcendental knowledge. Such knowledge is the mature fruit of all mysticism, and one who has become accomplished in the practice of devotional service enjoys this knowledge within himself in due course of time. Now, what is the comparison here? Fruit, ripened fruit. Bhagavatam, Nigama kalpataror galitam phalam, ripened fruit. Galitam phalam means ripened fruit. Okay? So, this transcendental knowledge is, what is the word here for fruit?
Mature fruit.
No, in the shloka, nahi jnāna sadrisham pavitram iha vidyate tatsvayam yoga samsiddha kālenātmani vindati. Samsiddha. He who is mature. Okay, so in the shloka there is no direct word for fruit, but Prabhupada is elaborating that as a fruit. Okay. When we speak of transcendental knowledge, we do so in terms of spiritual understanding. As such, there is nothing so sublime and pure as transcendental knowledge. Ignorance is the cause of our bondage, and knowledge is the cause of our liberation. This knowledge is the mature fruit of all devotional service. And when one is situated in transcendental knowledge, he need not search for peace elsewhere, for he enjoys peace within himself. In other words, this knowledge and peace culminates in Krishna consciousness. That is the last word in Bhagavad Gita. Yeah, we finished Bhagavad Gita. Shamkund. This is the last word. Samsiddhi. Samsiddhi is the last word, right? Samsiddhi means perfection. Yeah, we are done. So, kālenātmani vindati. Tatsvayam yoga samsiddhaha kālenātmani vindati. So knowledge means, okay, we'll read the other 3-4 shlokas also, and I'll explain something. Okay, in the next shloka, the topic changes. So here in 38, Krishna is saying that when you taste this fruit of transcendental knowledge, you can find happiness within. You don't have to find happiness in the external sense objects. Find happiness within. Seek happiness within. Atmaram. Be situated in transcendental knowledge and be situated within. Be situated within. Don't be outwardly, don't be engaged outwardly, be engaged inwardly. Peace within himself. He need not search for peace elsewhere, for he enjoys peace within himself. Okay? Next, 39. 39, Krishna explains what happens when a person has faith in transcendental knowledge. Krishna glorified transcendental knowledge. He gave the benefits of transcendental knowledge. Now he explains what happens when somebody has faith. And next, what happens when somebody doesn't have faith. Okay? Shraddhavallabhate jnanam tatpara samyatendriyaha Jnanam labdva param shantim achirenadhigacchati. A faithful man who is dedicated to transcendental knowledge and who subdues his senses is eligible to achieve such knowledge. And having achieved, he quickly attains the spiritual peace. So a person who has faith on transcendental knowledge, having faith on transcendental knowledge means what? Having faith on Guru, having faith on Krishna, having faith on Shastra, scriptures. Yes, very good. So a person who has faith on this, what he will do? He will simply execute these instructions. He'll follow these instructions. That is the faith. Okay? There should not be any doubt. When we read something, most of the times we get doubts. How will this happen? Huh? Transcendental knowledge is compared to a boat. How is this possible? The ocean is so big, I'm drowning there. Huh? How can a boat help me? When we say Dara Varte, wife is compared to whirlpool. How can a boat help me?
How big is the boat?
How big is the boat? Yeah, talking about Dara Varte, boat, the Krishna boat is bigger than wife. In Mukundamala Stotra, there is a discussion about wife. Ask them. If you want to know more, ask them. Kulshekhar Alvar compares wife with whirlpool.
Not only wife, spouse,
sons, brothers, everyone.
You read the shloka. Dara Varte. Dara means wife.
So, yeah.
Did he say that? Did he say that? He did not say that. He did not say that. Don't believe in my words. Believe in Acharya's words. That's what Krishna is saying. Have faith in Acharya's words. Have faith in transcendental knowledge. Okay? So last 5 minutes, we'll finish. So if one has faith, they will simply execute without any doubt, without asking questions. Now next shloka, there are 3 more shlokas, 40, 41, 42. We'll still finish. You read the purport at home. You read the purport at home.
Time is over.
So that's why I ordered pizzas today. I wanted to complete the chapter. Ajñascha shraddha danascha samshayatma vinashyati. Nayam lokosti na paro na sukham samshayatmanah. Ignorant and faithless persons who doubt the revealed scriptures do not attain God consciousness. They fall down. For the doubting soul, there is happiness neither in this world nor in the next. So, if somebody is doubting the scriptures, like how Krishna can be the origin of this universe, we say that the origin of the universe is Big Bang. How can you say that Krishna is the origin of the universe? Cause of, how can he be the sarva karana karanam, cause of all causes? That means there has to be someone who has created Krishna. If somebody is doubting like this, what will happen is there will not be peace neither in this world nor any other world in the next life. Okay? Even if they go to heavenly planets, even if they go to Patala Loka or anywhere, there will not be peace. And without peace, there is no happiness. Why Krishna is talking repeatedly about peace, 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 no peace. No peace means no happiness. Okay? Peace is the prerequisite for happiness. Shanti. Then Sukham. Krishna tells this in 3rd chapter. Okay? If you have forgotten this, go and read again.
Why doubting soul? Why soul is compared doubt? Because soul is pure, right? Why just word?
No, doubting soul means those who are doubting the scriptures.
cushioning.
See, there are two categories of souls. Those souls who have faith in the scriptures. And other category is those souls, they don't have faith in scriptures. They are called doubting souls. Yeah, they doubt everything.
But soul itself is pure. Soul itself is pure. The personality is doubting.
In the spiritual world, soul is pure. But in the conditioned state, in the material world, soul is doubtful. It's a doubting soul. Pure soul versus doubting soul. So somebody asked Prabhupada, when he was in the Western countries preaching, somebody asked Prabhupada, you are working so hard to start up this movement. You are working so hard to preach Krishna consciousness. And you yourself are doing a lot of Shravanam, Kirtanam. You are writing so many books. You have completely dedicated your life to Krishna. You have given up everything in your material life. What if, at the end of your life, in your next destination, you come to know that there is no God? What if that is the case? Then Prabhupada answered saying that, but still, I will have the satisfaction that even if there is no God, let's say, for argument's sake, Prabhupada said, let's say there is no God. When I go to my next destination, in other loka, I don't see God. But still, I am successful. My life is successful because this whole life, I have led a good life. I have enjoyed. I did Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. I ate, I chanted, I danced, I participated in the festivals. Everything is so joyful. So I did not waste my life. I was so happy. Throughout my life, I was happy. But now, let me turn the plate around. Okay? Then Prabhupada turns the plate around and he says, what if there is a God? Then you are at problem. You did not enjoy your life in this lifetime. Your life was so miserable. You did not practice any of these things. You did not dance. You did not eat prasadam. You did not eat good food. All you ate is animals. So you are not happy in this life. And next life, when you realize that there is God, it is too late. By the time it is too late. So in both ways, you are at loss. Whereas in my case, I have already become successful. In this life, I have already become successful. So only Prabhupada can answer like this. Only Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So, Nayam lokosti naparo nasukam samshayatmanaha. So, next. 41. Yoga sanyasta karmanam jnana sanchinna samshayam. Atmavantam na karmani nibadhanti dhananjaya. One who acts in devotional service, renouncing the fruits of his actions, and whose doubts have been destroyed by transcendental knowledge, is situated factually in the self. Thus he is not bound by the reactions of work. O conqueror of riches, Dhananjaya. So even if there is a doubting soul, what is the solution for them? Krishna is giving. The doubting soul is the transcendental knowledge can destroy their doubts. Transcendental knowledge can destroy their doubts. Like all of us, we are all doubting souls. And as we read Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, as we cultivate this transcendental knowledge, it will destroy all our doubts. Okay? That is, it's very simple. Bhagavad Gita study is very simple.
Basic question, Prabhuji. You are telling transcendental knowledge is like sun, fire, everything. And what if person believes or not believes, but what is transcendental knowledge when Krishna will tell?
What is that?
What is transcendental knowledge when Krishna will tell about that?
In the upcoming chapters.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. No, we discussed that, right? In the beginning. Oh, you are not there in the beginning.
I missed that part, Prabhuji. I
Oh,
understood.
okay. Okay. See, good. This is called full circle. This is called full circle. You started from a point, from a particular point, and now you go somewhere else. You travel the whole world and come to the same point. This is full circle. Full circle is good. Full circle represents richness, auspiciousness. We discussed in the lotus symbols on the feet of Krishna, 19 symbols. Mukundamastute.
Add those 19 symbols.
By the way, you can see the lotus feet here. uh, so, what were we saying? What were we discussing? Yeah. So, in the beginning, we discussed what is transcendental knowledge. So, what I discussed was very, very valid for a valid reason. Because somebody may ask, what is transcendental knowledge, right? So, it's a knowledge of matter, spirit, and the controller of both.
Yeah, Prabhuji. This is our definition, but Krishna, where he has told that in Bhagavad Gita. In this
Bhagavad
which
Gita,
sloka?
7th chapter, he will tell. He will say,
Oh.
jnāna-vijñāna sahitam, and he will explain what is jnana and what is vijnana. So we'll discuss later.
So he first tells what it is like and what is the benefit, and then he will take us to what is it actually.
In
Is
simple
that
words, transcendental knowledge means, Krishna explains in 7th chapter.
later? Okay.
Chapter name itself is knowledge of the absolute. So, in simple words, the transcendental knowledge means knowledge about Jiva, knowledge about Bhagavan, and the relationship between Jiva and Bhagavan.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Also will be related to this only, right? Later chapters it comes.
Yeah. 13th chapter. Yeah. Kshetra-kshetrajña vibhava yoga. तस्मादज्ञानसम्भूतं हृत्स्थं ज्ञानाशिनात्मनः चित्वैनं संशयं योगम् आत्तिष्ठोत्तिष्ठ भारत. Therefore, the doubts which have arisen in your heart out of ignorance should be slashed by the weapon of knowledge. Armed with yoga, O Bharata, stand and fight. Now, what is the knowledge compared to here? Sword. Yeah, sword. It's compared to a weapon, particularly sword. They say, right? There's a famous saying in English. Pen is mightier than sword. Pen means knowledge. Okay? The writings of a great philosopher, great thinker, are more powerful than a person who is fighting with a sword. So pen is mightier than sword. Knowledge is greater than sword. Or here knowledge is compared to sword. So Krishna is encouraging Arjuna to fight with this knowledge. To fight with this knowledge. We discussed that section, right? We need to know in last class. When we are performing sacrifices, we need to know why we are doing those sacrifices.
With knowledge.
Yeah. So Arjuna was lacking this knowledge. That's why he was hesitant to fight. Now Krishna has given all this knowledge, destroying all his doubts. Samshayatmanaha. And now with this knowledge, Krishna is encouraging Arjuna to fight. Armed with yoga, jnana yoga. Armed with jnana yoga, you fight. You fight with the weapon of this knowledge, this word. So simple. So easy. Bhagavad Gita is so easy. Okay, we have successfully completed chapter 4. Grantara Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Thank you everyone for joining. Hare Krishna. We'll continue next week. Krishna.